You can find us on our Facebook page, Conversation Collage Podcast. We would appreciate you liking it and sharing it and telling all your friends about what we're doing here and have them give a listen in as well. This month marks the 103rd anniversary of the National Park Service, and in celebration of that, the folks at Travelodge by Wyndham and U.S. Olympic Gymnastics gold and silver medalist Laurie Hernandez, they're teaming up to activate a nationwide conservation initiative called Adventure Responsibly. It is a call to action to help preserve our natural wonders through a series of cleanup events that is going on through September. And we talked with Laurie Hernandez about Adventure Responsibly. Laurie Hernandez, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing fine. And where are you today?
I'm currently in LA in California.
And now is that home base for you?
Currently, yes. I mean, technically Orange County, but yes.
Orange County, Costa Mesa, Newport Beach. I love that area. Long Beach.
It's wonderful.
Nice to have you on board here. So tell me, we'll start off with talking about this new initiative from Travelodge. This is who you're here for. And Adventure Responsibly. Tell me about that. What's going on with this?
Yeah, so the initiative is Adventure Responsibly, and I'm partnered with Travelodge by Wyndham to celebrate National Park Service 103rd birthday. And what's wonderful is that Travelodge is in such close proximity to national parks. And the event and organizations that we're doing are from August to September, and they are being held in Yellowstone, Everglades, Bear Mountain, and also Rocky Mountain. And so these events is just a call to action for people to come volunteer and help us clean these national parks.
Now, I'm looking on the website here, which we'll talk about a little later on, but what's going on at these various events? What's going to happen?
So really it is just a call to action for people to come in and help us clean up these national parks. You know, as we go on with our lives, we see a lot of trash that's on the floor, and especially with these national parks, we want to be able to preserve them and keep them for the future generation and save the environment. And by doing so, a really big and quick and important way is to clean up after ourselves.
So people who are going to be going to these events are going to be handed bags and said, okay, pick up trash, huh?
I suppose so, but here's the thing. Our future depends on us keeping the environment clean. When we leave trash all over, it is not good for the environment. It tears kind of the natural process down. And that's something that I always loved as a kid, was going to the beach and enjoying the clean waters and enjoying the sand and being able to hike and see above the trees and everything. But that isn't going to be something to enjoy if there's trash everywhere. And so people are coming in and helping us create a better environment for the future, so that way we can preserve these natural parks.
So this is really kind of a continuation of a lifelong commitment for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so.
Okay. Now, if somebody is not near one of these events, because there are 5 and they're scattered, and we've got 2 national parks here in Washington State, what can people do who aren't near one of these events?
So if you go to travelodge.com/volunteer, you can actually go ahead and create and organize your own park cleanup. And you can invite your friends, you can invite a community of people, really. And it doesn't have to be any of the parks that I listed earlier. It can be a park that's close to home or that really it has a place in your heart.
So let's talk about Laurie Hernandez for a moment, if we can.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you? Are you training for the upcoming Olympics?
I am currently training for the Olympics. I am training about 6 days a week, 5 hours a day, and after 2016, I took about a 2-year break from gymnastics, but late last year I chose to come back because I love it so much and I still miss it. So the goal would be to start competing early on next year and hopefully make that 2020 team.
What do you specialize in? What's your sport? What's in gymnastics? What do you specialize in?
So I'm currently doing all 4 events for gymnastics, vault, bars, beam, and floor, but my specialty is in the balance beam, and that's where I'm definitely trying to up my start value as much as I can. But again, I'm still competing all 4.
Balance beam. Who was the one? Mary Lou Retton was the balance beam, wasn't she? Wasn't that was one of her things?
There are so many incredible athletes out there who have specialized in balance beam, and that's who I looked up to when I was a little kid.
What did you think of? Did you? I'm sure you saw that, and I cannot remember her name. The gal who did the triple spin or whatever that happened last week that made all the news things. What did you think about that?
That's Simone Biles.
Simone Biles, thank you.
Yeah, she is. She's a force to be reckoned with. Truly, I mean, to be able to do a triple-double is something else. That's where you do a double backflip, but there's 3 twists, and there's a point where if you're like watching the video, she's just suspended in the air for a second. She doesn't go up or go down. She just stays there. And it's definitely a jaw dropper. It's a way to change gymnastics for real. So, yeah.
Now, as a gold and a silver medalist, you've got to ask yourself, how do I top that? How do you top that?
Well, really, I don't see it as me trying to top what I did last time. I see it as me coming back into a sport that I'm passionate about and seeing how much more I can put on my plate while enjoying the sport. And it's not so much about, like, how can I beat everybody? How can I beat everybody around me and beat their scores? It's what can I do to make myself better? And what can I do in my routines that are going to make me feel comfortable and enjoy competing while I'm out there? Because that's the most important part, is that you love where you are and you love competing in that rush when you get out there.
Sure.
But if you're not happy, then there's no point.
Exactly. So now we have the Adventure Responsibly, and that's coming up through August and September. So you have several activities that you can volunteer for now. And then if you want to make your own, you can go to the website, which is, Laurie?
Travelodge.com/volunteer.
Okay. Anything we are missing about this? Are you going to be at one of these events?
I sure hope so. I mean, I am in deep training mode, but I will definitely, be out and about.
Looks like you're near the one in Colorado at Rocky Mountain National Park. It's possible. Who knows? Laurie, I thank you for some time out. Best to you. Best in Tokyo 2020, and thanks for taking some time out here.
Thank you so much.
Laurie Hernandez won gold and silver medals at the 2016 Olympic Games in Rio. She has also gone on to win the coveted Mirror Ball Trophy on season 23 of Dancing with the Stars, and she has written essentially her own autobiography already. It's called I Got This, to Gold and Beyond, and that was a New York Times bestseller back in 2017. She has a line of clothing with J.C. Penney. She's released a children's picture book with HarperCollins Children's. That also made the New York Times bestseller list. Busy gal, and as she mentioned, she's training for the 2020 Olympic Games in Tokyo. If you want to know more about Adventure Responsibly, go to the Travelodge website, travelodge.com/volunteer. And we'll put a wrap on it for this edition of Conversation Collage. Remember, we are on your favorite podcast platforms. We're also on Instagram and Facebook. Facebook page, Conversation Collage Podcast. Find it, like it, share it, okay? And we'll be back with more, and hopefully you'll be along for the ride. Ken Johannesson here. Thank you for listening. Be good to yourself.